Welcome back to Sailing Remission. We finished our month-long trip in Tonga, which was not nearly enough, and now are on our way to Fiji. The passage is about 450 nautical miles, and we're looking at 3-4 days depending on the winds. So far, the winds have been a lot lighter than forecasting, making for a very pleasant passage. Fiji, finally, here we come. Okay, well, we're about 50 hours into our sail from Tonga to Fiji. It's around 500 miles to get there. It takes about 4 days. Now, we left on a Monday, mainly because you have to get there during the week, because Fiji Customs charges big bucks. It's like $180 extra to come in on a Saturday and double that on a Sunday. So the best time to leave is Thursday through Monday in order to get here. We were going to leave last Friday, but the winds were really strong, and we ended up leaving Monday. Still not the best day to leave because the forecast was 20 to 25 knots with gusts up to 32. Again, Remission could handle that without a problem. Problem is, I don't want to handle it. So, but we had to go that day. Otherwise, we would have waited till Thursday. It'd been another 3 days, and we got to get to Fiji, get all set up for my family coming. So right now it's Wednesday afternoon, and we're averaging about 6.2 knots. So we got pretty good with light winds. Now Monday, again, it was supposed to be that 32 knot gust. That never happened. In fact, it stayed pretty much 20 to 22. But in anticipation, I went ahead and reefed the mainsail, 2 reefs, which cuts down about 40% of that sail. And we have 1 reef in the Genoa. So I prepared for the worst and got the best. But our sea state was about 3 meters. So in order to, once we were out in the ocean, in order to raise that mainsail at least up to reef 1, would have had us turning into the wind, into those 3 meter swells, and there's no way, because they're only about 7 seconds apart, so it was pretty tough going. So we made this whole sail with 2 reefs in the main and averaging about 6.2 knots. Not too bad. So it helps when you have a clean bottom. I mean, on the boat. So that's where we are so far. We are very close to Fiji. In fact, if you look over there, Fiji's actually, the reefs start about 5-6 miles over that way. In fact, we're in Fijian waters. Now, Fiji is very strict. You cannot stop until you've checked in. So we've got to go through all the reefs, all the islands. I mean, Fiji is just a maze of submerged reefs. So we're going to have to do that. We're probably going to start going through the reefs just, after dark, because we're still a good 60 miles, so 10 hours from where we actually will turn into the reefs. We're just staying out in the ocean now, getting a little further north. Well, I'm not looking forward to that. We have heard a lot about Navionics, which is our main chart supplier, being not that reliable within the GM waters. So we've also got an overlay of NASA satellite images to help us navigate, because once we get in, it's going to be like, go half mile due west, turn 20 degrees, go a quarter mile, turn 30 degrees, go another half a mile. It's just going to be a mess, especially having to do that at night. So having that satellite imagery is going to help a lot, because people don't use more than one chart source. There's about 6 different boats a year that go up on the reefs. You don't want to make it 7. splash.
It's so pretty to look at. I thought we'd get it.
Welcome to Fiji. We made it. And the best thing about it is, we made it on my birthday. Took us 3 nights to get here from Tonga. Pretty uneventful sail, but I like that. Looking to explore here for about the next 7 weeks. And in fact, that island over there is Taveuni. That's where our family is going to fly into to spend some time with us, get to explore this great country. I'm really excited to be here. And to be here on my birthday, well, that makes it just that much more special. We are headed to Savu Savu. Now, Savu Savu is the westernmost of one of the 4 places that you can check in to Fiji. And the Fijian government's very strict. I guess there's been a lot of drug running here, and so you cannot stop anywhere in Fiji before you check in. And they monitor you on AIS, so they know what you're doing at all times. Well, Savu Savu is, well, it's kind of up a river where the marina is that we're going to. And we didn't get here until about 10:30 last night. They were going to meet us and kind of escort us into the marina, into the customs dock last night, but it was so dark. As you can tell, it's kind of cloudy and it's overcast. I mean, who gets fog in the South Pacific? So we decided to we got to about the mouth of the bay and decided, no. So we headed back out, and it's so calm out here, we just went ahead and floated around. And so now it's about 7 o'clock in the morning, and we're going to head in and start the check-in process. I've already started a little bit, if you can see up there. I've got the Q flag. That yellow flag signifies that we have not checked in yet. So we're all set and ready. We're getting close to the entrance of the bay, and then around the corner from that is the entrance to the river. We'll probably in about 3 hours or so be officially in Fiji. One of the cool things about being in Fiji is yesterday here it was my birthday, but today back home it's my birthday. So I'm getting texts and messages from different friends and family, wish me a happy birthday today. Yesterday, all my cruising friends in the South Pacific were sending me a message for happy birthday. So it's kind of cool being international, getting 2 birthdays, but it's also a little disturbing because now I've become my Aunt Jeanette, celebrating multiple birthdays. Like I said, that is real concerning to me. Aunt Jeanette, I'm coming for you. I better go back to steering the boat. Well, even in the gloomy atmosphere we've got here, Savu Savu is awful pretty. Now straight ahead is where we got to go. We still got like 5 miles to get to the creek, to get to the marina where customs is at. At least it's going to be a nice journey in there. It couldn't be any more calm. Kind of a nice way to spend your 2nd birthday. Yeah, I'm liking Fiji so far. It's Mike. Mike, you're calling me at a bad time for coming into a marina.
Back in your arms, oh, it's where I'll be. Why do scuba divers fall backwards off the boat? Because if they fell forward, they'd still be in the boat. Women at a certain age start collecting chickens. It's known as henopause.